there now. Right, we're live. Hooray. Yes, it's all very
I
well you
made
looking at
it. I
my
made
dog
it.
down by my feet looking at me going, what was that? What you doing? Anyway, we're here. We are the mad scientists. I'm Mad Frankie down here. This is Violet Igor over here. And together, with any luck, we're going to be the mad scientists. And we're pretty mad today. Now, I don't know how long this will last because we've got quite a lot of rain and wind at the moment, but it's out there. So let's cross our fingers and hope for everything to go okay. So
Hi
we've
Anne. Hi
got,
Kathy. Hi Lara. Hi everybody. I'm running late. I had no clue. My bad. Fran's
we've got
on the ball. I'm not. I'm
Anne,
lost in La La World. So
uh,
now,
Kathy.
yeah.
Here we are. We're here. We turned up just
yeah.
about. We think we know what we're doing, but sometimes we're
Oh,
not
hello
sure.
to everyone.
Hello, everybody. I've taken that off there because it's weighed it down enough now, I think. So I'm going to be doing stuff for the blue one,
I'm
which is why the
okay.
blue thing's here. Good, good.
Yep. Okay. You go right ahead. I'm interrupting. I'm gonna
I'm sorry.
go.
No. You got something to say? You say it. I'm quite happy to sit here and listen.
I said hello to everyone, so I'm good.
All right, right. Well, I think I said hello to everyone. Well, I said hello to some people. Hello, everybody else. Oh dear. Oh dear. What a kerfuffle. Well, I've been doing various things, mostly not sleeping much, but there we go. So I
Oh.
found this, and I'm thinking, oh yes, that was to go on the grunge folder. So I'm not sure whether it's going to go on the front like that, or whether it will go inside. But looking at inside, look, I've done the pocket. All I did was cover the bit that was there. I changed my mind about that piece that was on there because I didn't think it went with it. So I took it off and I put more of this stuff on to go nicely with that. You wouldn't believe this, but it was just sitting there and I was doing something else. My husband came in for a cup of tea and he said, "Oh, I like that. It's distinctive." I thought, I didn't even ask him.
Wow.
I liked it. Wow. So now I've got a pocket. It's I used the paper up this side. This
Mhm.
paper just as that end, and this end was the end it was going to be anyway with the cardboard. I just made sure it was covered as well, so that it only overlaps over there. I was thinking to put some studs or something in there until I sort of had to look this side and thought, yeah, there's a pocket there now. How am I going to do that? So that wasn't well planned, you know. But I could always put some faux things on there to look like studs or something. But I quite like it as it is. It's pretty good. So we've got to put the uh, signatures in and add anything else. Think of anything else we want to add to it for next time. So that's that.
I'm looking at that and looking at my package of Chicago screws, thinking, I'm sure I've got some that'll fit that would work for you, but it looked like rivets on either side. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I
you
know
mean go
you
right
had.
through the pocket and come out the front of the pocket? Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not sure about that. I was thinking more just putting something in that would look as if it ought to be something and isn't. But I'll think
Oh,
about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, sort of using a piece of putting something like that on one side so it
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
it's all the way through but isn't. That kind of idea. So we'll think about that. So here's the stuff for the other one because we're doing a pair of um, journals at the moment. So I don't want that. This is stuck to it, so I've got to try and tease it apart. Yeah, that's the trouble with these Amazon envelopes. They come with this tape on here that just sticks to everything if you're not careful. The little
Well,
bit
I
of
went
glue.
looking because we talked about this after the stream the other day. You said it was an Amazon envelope. Well, I don't get those. What I get, because I don't order stuff that would go in that. What I get though are the Amazon envelopes that are like they have a bubble wrap with a like a cottony type stuff or plasticine type stuff in there for like a bubble wrap effect.
All right. Oh.
Really weird. And if I try to
Hmm.
cut it in that, the white stuff that's in between the layers for protection,
Let me
it
just grab something over the other side while you're talking.
it makes a mess. So I don't like to use it too much. Not if I have to cut it up. Ooh, Kathy's hubby is losing blood today.
Amazon parcels I get. You can see that it's got a big lip there, and it's stiffer than these ones.
Yeah.
So I just use that as part of my new thingy, whatever I'm making.
Well, that's why the other day I asked you what was that base that you were using? You said it was the Amazon envelope cardboard type thing. It's like I
Yeah.
don't ever get one of those.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
I don't think so. I think it's Amazon's bad. They should have sent you one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell them that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe
beg
it's
your
only
pardon.
European packaging and not American.
Well, I think it depends on what you purchase.
Could be, could be. If you get a book or a magazine or something, you often get it in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get it in the one where it's got a top and a bottom bit folding over.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't bought any books for ages. That's why I've not been showing people books and going, look at this, isn't it lovely? So I've got lots of lovely papers here. I went and had a look through at various things on the blues and greens and purples area. And of course, there's these, which are some of the prints that Tricia and I made when she brought up Boys Down.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely stuff. And of course, that might work in the Grunge Journal. There's almost a leaf there, look. Look at that.
It is, isn't it?
Wow. Yeah.
Or a Mothman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Moth. Very big bodied moth.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. We'll put that over there with him. This is more of one of those as well. So that goes over there. I was just fishing out stuff. Various bits and bobs. Including pieces I used when I was doing the distress stuff. So we got both sides of these sheets. So there's some quite interesting shapes in some of them.
Lara says geese. Look like geese to her. I saw a moth.
Geese? Yeah. Well, I've taken these out because these are the collage, not collage, collagraphs.
Right, Kathy? Was it you
That's the
that
one.
I saw doing that? Kathy says she's been squishing leaves via her Sizzix Big Shot. Fastest eco printing she's ever done.
Yeah, it's so much fun to do that. I've done that. Great fun. It does make your can make your Sizzix machine a bit on the damp side if you're not careful. Look at that. My little thingies came off. I've got to stick them back on. Look at that.
Oh.
Oh. It's only those pieces. It stuck to something else, you see, underneath, because the paint was obviously a bit damp. But I do like those three thingies from the that was just punched out of some foam.
They
I
look like
enjoyed that.
nipples.
Yes, they do a bit, don't they? Well, those three is unusual. That's nice. I love that. It's one of my favorites. It's just from a I think it's for I'm not sure if it's one die cut or two. I think it's two because you get one die cut to do the jagged edge, and the other die cut does the notebook cut thing. And what you get is the other sheet looks like it's come out of a notebook, and that's the remains. And I think the remains are more exciting.
And you use that on your Egyptian box.
I did, yes.
I love that.
And that one's quite nice. Just a little scrap piece I found lying about. So underneath all this, I've got this nice one. Lovely. And the actual thingy. what's the word I'm looking for? Thingy. Journal. Word's hard.
Where's the hard?
And I've got rather a nice coloured piece here. That's um out of the washing machine. Ooh, I must have
Color
bought
catcher.
something really blue. Yes, that's right. Colour catcher. I found a nice scrap there, and I found him. And I thought, oh, I might use him. Nice little dragon, maybe. And then there's this one. Admit one. It's easier without that, my hand in the way. Let's put that there.
That's nice.
Admit one. So that might be useful. And this piece that I think was on a curry. You know, there's a curry in there. So let's have a nice curry. And make something out of the remnant. I've got some more of these somewhere. I know. Oh, there we are. I think. Yes. Look, that one's quite nice. That came out pretty good. And these others are quite nice colours as well. I might spray over that one, but that's quite pleasant.
These all look perfect for a grunge journal.
Yeah. Well, these are sort of a grunge journal, but they're more of a pretty grunge journal because the grunge journal is more grungy, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So we've got to figure out what I'm doing with this because we've got lots of bits and we've got the big piece the covers that I was doing the other day. Oh, and I refound that. I do like that. I cut that out. And I found that sheet with all those stamped. You remember once I was doing some cards and I put the cards on a sheet and used them and then printed them on there, to get the excess ink off. I was doing lots of things and I ended up with these. So I've just cut these all out now. So I've got all these cut out. So I can use them as little rather nice cards with little edgy bits in however the ink fell,
Good job.
Like that. So that's there, and I was originally thinking to put them on here because I thought they might go quite well with that piece, but I don't know. I think they might go better on a different piece to stand out a bit more, maybe on the inside cover like that, but stand out a bit more like that. Don't you think?
Yeah, I agree.
I think so.
Yeah.
So thinking about that. And let's move that out of the way. Oh, look what just came about 10 minutes ago.
Ooh, are those the finger daubers?
Yeah. They just arrived. So I've got that. I can now label those with different colours and things. I've had some before, but I never had them in a little tray like this, you see. So I'm quite chuffed with that.
Well, doing it that way, you don't have to mix colors on one.
Yeah, you can use one dauber for each colour.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I've got these pieces here.
You're going to laugh at me when I tell you what I use, which is probably not as efficient, but it's what I use. I had I'm going to come up on screen. I had a big piece of foam, like, just a big thick piece of foam. See, this is foam. See this foam?
Yeah.
I forget what it was used for. It might have been used for packing, or maybe it was from inside a pillow or something. I don't remember. But anyway, it was a great big piece. I mean, huge piece. And I ripped it up and cut it into little pieces like this, and I use it. That's what I use for my dauber.
Yeah, quite a few people use those sponges. Yes, I have used them in the past. I don't use them so much these days. I don't know why.
And the thing is I have so much of this that I could use this if it gets hard where the ink is and dries up and gets hard, I can toss it. It's not a big deal, I can go through so many. If I'm going to toss this in the garbage anyway, I might as well use it first is what I'm, it's recycling or upcycling, whatever they call it. Yeah, Lisa says she uses wine corks with a felt circle on the end. Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't think this foam absorbs too much of the ink to where I've lost much within the foam, because it seems to be working. I mean, I use it for a lot. I use it on the gel plate too to make
It
like
looks like those makeup sponges that come in the little triangles.
right. It's not. It's just a big piece like of pillow foam,
Oh, right.
and it's like you can cut it in shapes and use it as a stamp or whatever. Anyway, that's what I do. Okay. Ooh, look at your colors. Good colors.
Another, well, these are just pieces I made for making inchies, and these were what were left over, these pieces. So I thought, well, they're in the right colour scheme.
Hi, Julie. We can't ignore Julie. I noticed. I'm watching Fran more than the chat. And yes, Kathy, I do cut off the end until there's nothing left to hold it. So it goes a long way.
I quite like the idea of that as a sort of frontispiece.
Ooh, nice.
But I don't know. I mean, this is quite wibbly. This, look at it. It's I mean, it could be that big, or it could be that big. I mean, it's got, that's supposed to be the spine. I should have strengthened this bit, but I didn't. I do like this now that it's dried. It's took a long time to dry properly, but it's really nice now. I like it better than that side, but I like that side as well, and that's also nice and dry now. It really does take quite a while for distress. This is all distress.
Mm-hmm. For it to dry.
Yeah, you think it's dry and it feels dry, but you accidentally put your hand on it like that, and it comes off with the colour, and you think, "Oh, what happened? I thought it was dry." Yeah. So if I'm going to do something with this, what am I going to do with it? So I'd need to put a base colour, dark base colour on, and then go over it with some lighter colours.
Well, you could, depending on the colors you want, you could put a base coat on and then go over it gently with an ink pad, a stamp pad, just to get the highlights.
Yeah.
You could do mixed colors.
Doing the final highlights in, not doing them all, doing some of them in other colours, and then doing some more of it in a little bit of gold wax. Like
that's where those lovely finger daubers come in handy, because you have more control over where things go.
Yeah. So I might do that. I'd quite like the idea of that being. See, if I put that on another base, if I put a stiffer base underneath, I mean, that's nice and flexible, but if I put a stiffer base underneath, it will help to stabilize that as well. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. So I need to cut something out. I mean, I can color it first and then cut something out.
Well, is that an embossing from an embossing folder?
No, it's light and fluffy.
So it's not embossed. It's a mold.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah. Well, it's sort of embossed, but it's embossed via a mold. Yes.
Via a mold. Okay. So just get your mold and do another piece the same way.
Yeah, but I don't want another floppy one like this, and it's got to be something floppy-ish, otherwise it won't come out of the mold.
Well, don't use the light and fluffy. Use the stronger stuff, like the heavy plaster,
yeah, but that won't come out. These are stiff molds. They're stiff plastic, these molds.
Oh, I see.
Because the light and fluff, it's the what's the word? Stamperia molds.
Okay, it's not a silicone mold.
No, it isn't.
Oh,
so it comes out because this is flexible, I think. So, but there we are. I was thinking to just cut a piece of card. I could do that easily enough.
Yeah.
Do that after I've coloured it anyway, so I can get on and colour it while I'm thinking. I'm still thinking what else I'm going to put on here. Apart from, I want to use these pieces. Things like a piece of that or something. I could put something like that on the spine, Well, that one on the spine. That's quite nice.
That would work. That's very nice.
That on the spine. And it doesn't matter if you want to put thread through to bind something, you've still got room to do that. But I'll wait until I find out which way I'm going to do it with the
Yep.
pages to find out which one will fit better. Because the small orifices there, the hills, might be okay, or I might need a bigger one with bigger holes like that. And I've got another one to colour as well, so I can do that. I can't remember what I coloured this with. Was that Distress? Can you remember?
No, I don't.
It was either Distress or Lindy's. That's what it would have been. Either one of those
Yeah,
two, I think.
I could go back and look somewhere.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Julie,
matter.
putting powder in the mold is a good idea. You could use baking powder or cornstarch. That's helpful, or even talcum powder if you have it. And Lara wants to know, did you find your urchin stamp? I bet she didn't even look.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I didn't look. I've been too busy finding bits of paper for this. Still, I mean, I will get to the urchin stamp. I will. It's one of my favourite stamps, actually. I keep hoping they're going to think of some other thing, stencil design that they can turn in, of mine, that they can turn into another stamp. That would be lovely. But I like the idea of things like this as well. I mean, that will help to solidify things too. Not there, it won't, because it misses it. But that sort of idea. I mean, I could go back and cut some more of these. It's just on thickish brown board, which is sort of like chipboard, what we can get in the country. And I quite like the idea of making a hole for something like that. It does look rather nice on there, though, doesn't it? It reflects nicely. Nice effect.
It does.
So this is really decision time. I mean, I've got that. I keep forgetting I've got that. That's in the right style as well. It's sort of grungy, but it's the right colour scheme. You can see it's the right sort
I
of
love
colour.
that. I made one with the light and fluffy, and I sent it to Eddie.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So
Like
he has
Eddie.
one. Yep.
Yee.
I forget what I did with mine, but I made one for Eddie, and I don't know what he did with it.
This piece is a big bit, but it was too near the edge and it's broken there, so it's not really all that sturdy. But I've got the centre piece for it because I cut out the clock wheel. And I used that for something, I think.
Right?
We'll decide on those, but in the meantime,
Lara says so much to choose. They're brilliant.
I know.
Hard to decide. Yep.
Yeah. Let's get these out the way, then I can put some colour on that. I like that one. Yes, well. Oh, I don't know if do you know if the word stencils are up yet in P&M Studio yet?
I don't know. I even actually, I apologize because I wrote a note to mention that the other day and I forgot.
Well, Mariah said they were going up soon. I just didn't know when soon was.
So hold the phone. I'll go look.
So if they're there, I could show you them because I've been cutting out sets of them. So what am I going to put on here? I think I'm going to use something like Lindy's. They've got some nice colours in Lindy's. Cosmic Shimmer.
Nope, I don't see them.
No, oh, they're not there yet then. Oh, well, we'll leave that for now. No need to try and
the last ones I see are the creaky border skeletons.
Uh-huh.
Which I forget what you named them, but the skeleton masks. The borders, do you remember?
No.
Well, the last, because I haven't said.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yes. Because the ones that are these things. Just a minute, I've got one here. These things.
Yeah. Yep, those are the latest stencils you have in the shop. I know you have new ones coming, but not yet.
Right, so we don't need to worry about those then.
Yep.
Good. Although I've cut them out in two. Mariah said she was going to do them in smaller sizes because I said I did them to fit 8 by 10, but I've now cut them smaller and smaller still, so I don't know which small she was going to do.
Right. So I guess it'll be a surprise.
I guess I'm not using this one.
It's clogged.
Yep, I've got a load of new spray tops, but I don't know if I've got that size, and I don't know where they are. So let's have a look at some Lindy's. I've got some Lindy's down here. What have we got in there? Well, we've got Starburst. Which one is this? Tiffany Lou Blue. What else we got in there?
Hi, Paula. So nice to see you here. Paula wants to know, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't sleep very well at all last night. I'm afraid I couldn't sleep lying down at all. So I had to come downstairs and muck about on the recliner instead. Yeah. But I did manage to get a bit of sleep that way. I'm just hoping I can get some sleep tonight because, oh, that's good. There, I like that. Let me just shake that up a bit more. Oh, come on. You were working a minute ago.
I had one
This
do
is
that
Kate.
to me. I forget what the spray bottle was, but I took it apart and cleaned it, blew it out and cleaned it out, and it had a clog. But
Yeah.
I have a very tiny needle, like a beading needle, and
All
I
right.
was able to unclog it.
I don't have one of those.
It was very, very almost like a thread, you know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like a wired, like when you have a cable that has a bunch of wires that are wrapped up to create a thick cable. If you cut it open and take it apart, you've got very thin wires in there. So it was thin like that.
Okay. Well, that one isn't working. Let's see if this one is. This is a Marabou.
Julie, I soaked mine in warm water numerous times. Kept changing the water overnight, and it didn't clean it out. It's not like it's more like something got stuck in the hose, the hole. So it took me to find my beading needle and shove it through from the outside. And it worked.
So this is lovely spray, but it's quite thick. It's quite heavily pigmented too, this Cadence one. I really need something darker. I'm sure I do. I can always go over things if you want to.
Well, so far it's looking good.
It's a little on the light side though. When you think about this, it's a little on the light side.
Well, is
I
there
want something.
is there a darker color in like an ink or something else you have, not necessarily a spray, but that you can
Well,
lay in
there's one
there?
up there. What's that one? Let me just have a quick look up here. Going to move you slightly so I don't go bang. What's this one up here?
Yeah,
This
that's Julie.
is Jack in the Pulpit Teal. I like Jack in the Pulpit Teal. Now, the Lindy's, perhaps I shouldn't say anything yet. I'll say it in a minute if I'm proved right.
And fix your camera. Your bottom part is off. There you go. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I find that the Lindy's spray bottles don't usually clog up on me. But I need something with more colour than this. You can see, I mean, I'm going to lift that colour out and I'm going to go with a premium one. If I can just get the box out. Or I could just go over it with some acrylic paint. You know what my husband did today? He came in here and he said, have you got any acrylic paint? And I laughed. Have I got any acrylic paint? I got tons of acrylic paint. What colour would you like?
Well, I'm looking at that going,
Off-white.
you could add a tiny bit of a purple or a violet
Yeah, yeah,
in there and really make that pop. She's
that's
it's
what I was.
it's Paula. I'll let Fran explain. She says, "What are you making there?"
Well, this is the second of the two junk journals I'm doing. Right, this
Mm-hmm.
one is the sort of less grungy, but it's not that less grungy. It's just more colourful,
Mm-hmm.
right, than the other one. And I thought this might go quite nicely on the front and help to stabilise this wibbly bit. That's my thoughts. So purple. I was thinking purple. What happened?
Yeah, a darker purple. And I know you have a spray.
Yeah, it's a question of where I put them when I put them away. That's the trouble with tidying. I can never find a thing. I do have that one there. I wonder if that one would. I can't quite reach.
Well, you could finger paint with acrylic paint, put that on there, but I think you'd prefer the spray.
What happened?
We're here. We're still here.
I think I might have nudged something.
The volume.
Yeah, I nudged the volume.
Because we're still here. We could still hear you fine. I could still hear
That's
you
better.
fine. There you
That's
go.
just your volume just went funny.
There you go. That. I like it. Uh-oh. Now she's gone. Hang in there, everybody.
Stress spray stain. So that's gonna. Hmm. I think it's still gonna show some white. I need to try and get underneath.
Okay,
Which
Kathy. Safe travels.
are you off, Kathy?
Yep,
Well,
she's been sitting waiting for her husband to get a blood draw, and now they're on their way home.
all right.
I think that purple really did it, don't you, Julie?
I think it's a good colour, but it's still seeping away. You know. Move that one out of the way.
Well, you don't want to lose the teal, so you don't want to put too much over it and lose that teal.
Well, I can put the teal on afterwards as well. You see, can't
Oh,
I? Or as you say, I could go over it with some acrylic paint. I
yeah.
was just looking at that one.
Okay, let's
Hmm.
back up for a minute. Let's back up for a minute. Started out with let's say this in the video. You started out with what color? What's the first spray you put down?
Cadence green, Isil green, which is a old-fashioned shine. So it's one of the fabric ones.
All
As
right.
I've
And
topped
then
up.
you put
Then I went
down,
this fashion spray, which is Marabou, and it's Caribbean. And I added a bit of this to start with, didn't I?
yeah, but it really didn't do anything.
It
So
didn't
don't
do
even
much.
count that one. Go over there to the Lindy's.
I tried the Lindy's one, which was Jack in the Pulpit teal, and then I tried the Distress Spray Stain.
There you go.
I think I'll probably go over the deep valleys with this. Or should I go over it with a darker one? That's what I was wondering.
Darker.
Darker.
Darker. I'm for darker. What say the group?
Yeah, what do you say? Well, I'm hunting for a darker.
Yeah. She's talking about, you guys are saying gold, but she's talking about if you look on the stamp, those areas that are white, those are valleys. And she's talking about filling in those valleys with a dark purple. The gold can come later to skim
Yeah,
across the
on the
top.
top.
Yeah. So the gold is a definite, but it'll be across the top, the elevated parts. Right now, she's looking for a color to put down in those deep pockets that are not holding the sprays well. She needs to be more direct with it. So the purple that you see showing, the acrylic, the Amsterdam acrylic, that purple or a darker purple? What do you think?
Well, dark sateen purple is a bit darker.
Yeah.
I'm looking for an even darker one.
No, they're not raised, Julie. They are the valleys. Hi, Uda. Welcome, welcome. So the very light purple, like you see it, the squares down at the bottom, those are valleys, and the whitish up at the top are valleys. So those need to be, or she wants them to be.
How about
colored.
indigo?
Let's see.
Nice indigo.
Well, that's on the blue side, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's I've been struggling trying to find one, and it's the only other one I can find, and it isn't darker than that one, so it will do what I want it to do. What I can do is unravel this. I was doing some colouring on the oh yes, I meant to show you that on the other journal. I was doing some, when P was doing those demonstrations with the colour wheel, and I went, browns, do browns, milky brown and desert brown. And then I went and did some printing with those sort of colours. Well, I also did these.
Oh, nice.
So they were all one piece. I just cut them in half because
Yeah.
I thought it'd be better to place on. And I'm going to use those as little decorative pieces in the junk journal.
That's
And
a
what
good
I was
idea. Lara gave a good idea to mix a little bit of black with your Amsterdam purple and darken it. That's not a
Good.
bad idea. Just a tad bit of black,
Let me remove these.
or
so
even
they're
the
not gonna-
indigo. Just a tad bit.
Well, see, the indigo's pretty dark anyway. I could add a little bit of red to that to make it a bit more purple, couldn't I?
Just a tad bit. I mean, it. Yeah. Okay. What do you got there? What's your goodies? over
This is my silicon matte, and this is the paint that I was using when I was doing those
swatches?
Yeah, these things.
Mm-hmm.
See, I use all those colours, and I was using basically the colours I'd used in the journal, which was like red iron oxide, yellow iron oxide, this Naples yellow hue, and buff titanium, and Payne's grey, and sepia, and the other one was thingy yellow, the other yellow. One was sepia.
I know which one you mean. It's in my head.
That one.
Not pale yellow.
Raw sienna, that one.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay.
Which is a sort of towards the deserty colour, but I wanted it darker for the deserty colour, so I went sort of this sort of colour. So I started with something like that and added a little bit of Payne's grey to get it darker. So yeah. So I tried all those, and this is the palette I was using. This is a silicon matte, and I just put a piece of a bag that I cut up over the top to keep it runny. Seems to work quite well. I'm going to put a bit of the indigo on there, and I'm going to put a bit of this on. Actually, if I mix those two together, that will darken enough, won't it?
That's what I said. Just put a drop of the indigo in the purple, or a drop of the purple in the indigo. I don't know how you want to do. You'll figure it out. But the two together should, at some point, should make something more acceptable. Yeah. Although one is high flow and one is.
Yeah, but that won't matter if I mix it up.
Yeah.
The two are on the plate and not mixing. That is the problem.
Yeah, it's more getting the color than the.
Yeah, because you're mixing it before you use it, and once you've mixed it, it's the right consistency. Or it will all be one consistency anyway, so that won't be a problem. There we go. Let me get my. Don't want that one. Let's have one of those.
And I know it's a little late. Well, it's still not late, but the sprays that you just used to put on there, I didn't see you wipe their noses, so
That is true, but then this one wasn't being very helpful anyway, so I wasn't going to be kind to it.
okay.
I've got to wash that one anyway, haven't I? I've got to soak it somehow. Try and get it clean. Or just put a new top on and put
Yeah,
that in. But yeah, you're quite right. I didn't wipe their
I
noses. So
didn't see you wipe any of them.
yeah. Two wipe noses. Three. Yeah, here's a bit snaggy. The distress spray. Oh, we're going to wipe those, otherwise you get it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jack in the Pulpit. I used that one as well. I did that one, Jack in the Pulpit. And the other one was the Cosmic, even though I didn't use much of it. I think I'll still clean its nose. There we go. So I've cleaned them all now. I'm a good girl, I am.
You're a good girl. All right, moving on. Mix up your
Okay,
paint.
so I'm mixing up the
I
paint.
do like that darker now. I do see it.
I
What
think
do
it
you
needs
think?
to be a little bit darker than that, even. Even
Keep
a
in
little bit.
mind that
Well,
being
let's start
acrylic,
with.
it's not going to get sucked in as much as, yeah, do a test. The sprays would get sucked in by that stencil, but the acrylics may not. She just likes to be heavy-handed. I don't care what she says.
I tried it and it looked mediocre to me.
It's wet. You got to let it dry. Kind of like the
It's
inks.
not
When
gonna
they're
dry.
wet, they look vibrant, but when they dry, that's what you're going to get.
Exactly. So when you think it's mediocre already and it's going to dry lighter, let's add some more colour to start with. Like that. I think that's
I
going to look
wanted
better.
you to, yeah, I wanted you to see if you could hold that up, unless it's too wet.
It
And
is too.
yeah, so everyone could see where your painting is in those valleys, which Julie said she thought those were the raised parts.
No, they're the valleys. You
Yep.
see?
See? Does that help, Julie? You could actually see. Yep. Your hands are going to be so pretty today.
Oh, thanks. I think so. And a bit round here as well. There we go. Thing is, the sprays are keeping it quite pale because they're so liquid.
Yeah, it depends on what you see on the screen, Lara. We're not there in person, so I don't think we're getting the color. I think the monitor mutes it a bit for us.
No, I think the monitor makes it darker for you because looking at what I can see down here looks much paler than what I can see through the screen.
Aha, there you go.
So that's why I'm putting more darkness in it.
And
Because
it's
to me, it's not
perspective
enough.
too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Except
What?
that the sprays seem to suck away from the valleys for some
Yeah.
reason.
I kind of thought that, Lara.
Is it Lara or Lara? It looks like Lara Croft.
Lara? Is
Wait,
that how you say it? See,
how
I
do you
see.
say
I don't know. Just don't call me late to supper.
it?
Call me whatever you want. Hey, you.
Well, she's Lara Croft, you see. So I thought maybe it was a play on Lara Croft.
Ah, she says, yes, it is Lara Croft. Well, I'll never remember that because I never paid attention to that one. It
Ah,
never interested me. Why is
I
that?
love Lara Croft.
Who played Lara Croft in the movie?
I can't remember. The thing is, when I watch movies and I really like them, I don't think of who's playing that part. I think of the character. So to me, she's always Lara.
Well, I believe the person who played the actress who played Lara Croft is not one of my favorites. Take it or leave it. So
Could be.
and I never. Yes, exactly. That's who it was, and I don't. I'm not.
Ange- Angelina Jolie, yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to say her name, but
Oh,
I'm.
I quite like her.
Well, I've not been in. Yeah.
She was
No.
quite good as a dragon snake, Grendel, wasn't she? I thought she was quite good at
Our Lara says she's the original. There you go.
that. Okay. So, found any strange objects lately with weird powers?
Yeah. A fork. Did you know that a fork has
Oh,
power? Go in your silverware drawer and look at the utensils in there and look at the things that they can do. No, I'm just kidding.
well, a fork is quite handy with polymer clay.
It was an odd question. I just thought it amazes me the things we can do when you think about cavemen and where we've come.
Well, it seems to me every time I paint one of these little hollows, it immediately gets sucked away.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So I think the best thing to do is to perhaps dry it first. You can always go over it with the sprays afterwards if you can get one of them to spray. Now, where's my doodah? I had it a moment ago. I was soaking up the noses. Let me have a go.
Oh, look at all that wet goody. My goodness. It definitely you sucked it away. It would have took weeks for that to dry.
Probably. That's another thing I'm not too keen on hanging about that long.
You're off. You're painting over there under the Mad Frankie label. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There we are.
Yeah, it all went really light. It looks good. It's just not what you want.
Yeah. Well, I want there to be a contrast between this and the thing, you see. So the purple is a good contrast because the cover is blues and greens. So the purple's
Hmm.
a great contrast from that point of view.
Yeah. Laura says, now did I get it? Laura, right?
You did, correct.
All right. She says, I feel what Fran was creating could be something magical. Well, of course.
Of
There's
course, it's by me.
exactly.
Oh, God, how smug.
um, some of the ink soaked in, Julie, but that ink, there's no alcohol in it. There's nothing to give it a fast drying tendency.
No,
So it lays there, and it may eventually have soaked in and then dried
I
on
don't think
top.
it will. I don't think it will soak in because this is a plasticky stuff. You know, the light and fluffy is quite a plasticky sort of
Yes, it
stuff, isn't
is.
it?
Almost like a very thin, like a liquid polymer.
Yeah, yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Because I do have a bottle of liquid polymer, and yeah, I just thought of that too. Ooh, ooh.
I'm liking how it's looking with this, you know. Remember, you can always go over it with some white first. You could put some white on the top. It's the trouble with having to go over with a darker colour.
Well, now I have to ask, the properties of gesso.
Yes.
It's what if you used it like stencil butter or paste, texture paste or whatever? Is that possible?
I was wondering that, yeah, as you were saying. You mean using it so that it's got some absorbency and will take the colour instead of just having it sitting on the top, which is really what's been happening with this, because it's
Well,
quite
not
plasticky.
only that, but could you put it in a mold and then pull it out like this, like you did with the stencil butter? That's
Well,
my
that's
thought.
what I'm wondering. I
Hmm.
think you'd be better off with a silicon mould because something like plaster or
Is dry and brittle and could crack.
Yeah, and I think gesso would as well. There is a flexible one though, but I've got a feeling that one's flexible because it's got plastics in it, like acrylic.
I agree, Laura. See, now I can what's the word? Um to there's a word for it. Hi Patricia, you're new to me. Um
Hi,
where
Patricia.
Laura says my mom named me after the character Lara in the film Dr. Zhivago, Lara's theme tune, which
Oh,
I know. I used
lovely.
to hum it all the time. Paula, the base is light and fluffy.
Yep.
Uda, yes, correct. Not a fan of her.
It's either light and fluffy or cream paste. I've got a feeling it might be cream paste because that's the one that was made by Stamperia for going in these molds. I've got a feeling it might be
Oh,
that.
yeah, I have that
And I
too.
think that's a bit more plasticky, acrylic based, which is, I mean, you'd think it would take on this paint if it was.
You know, I
Well, whatever.
wanna. I've got a plan for a book cover, and I've been in Photoshop working on it. I want to put I want to do a cutout of an emblem or a what's the word I want? Emblem is all I can come up with, like a heraldic emblem. And
Yeah.
I want to do a cutout
Shield.
shield. That's the word.
Oh,
Well,
right.
it's more than a shield because I want
Heraldic device.
the curlicues and all of that. I want that sort of an emblem with curlicues and everything for this as a cutout for the center cover, for the center of the cover of my book.
Yeah.
So I was in Photoshop playing doing that with swirls and cutouts and whatnot. Scroll work.
Scroll work. Yes.
That's the word. Scroll work. Um, and I thought about doing something like this instead to where I just had to put it on top, and then coloring it like that. But the thing I had in mind, I wanted to give it do a cutout, and then behind the cover where the cutouts were, I would put some of my painty papers.
Uh huh.
I know it's hard for you to imagine that. I'm trying to explain it. So
So you can actually see through. So these bits I'm painting would be
cut
the
out
underneath. Yeah, the cut through. Yeah.
the valley on this thing. The valley would be cut out. So
Yeah.
this would be excellent if it were a die cut.
Exactly. Yes. You could probably get a fairly decent die cut to do that job for you.
Well, and the thing with this one is it's actually too much small bits. So
There
it's
are rather a lot. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot there, and I wanted yeah, it's the right technique, just not that particular one.
Yeah.
Mirror card. Hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Oh yeah, Patricia. She's painting and highlighting a piece, a cream paste molded piece to go on the cover of her book. So that's what she's doing right now for a grunge journal she's making.
And this, oh, picked
And
up the wrong bit.
cutlery gets magnetized by magic. I don't know what a mirror card is. Angela asks,
This is what it's going on.
yeah.
Mirror card, it's just card that's sort of very highly reflective, sort of like looking like, well, mirror, isn't it? It's just like very, very reflective.
Okay. Has anyone ever tried to print mirror card? Print on it or print one out? Or I'm not.
I've got some, but I've never done that with it. No. I think I got it as part of a kit. You know, it came with other ones. So there was copper, there was gold, and there was this mirror card.
Hmm. I had something from Thermoweb. It's not, it's deco foil. Okay. So it's not, let's see if I can get this open.
See, I'll have to let this dry before I start putting the sprays back on.
Do you mean something like this, Angela? This is deco foil from
That's
Thermoweb.
more like holographic, that one.
It's what?
Looks like holographic foil. It's got so many different colours in it.
Yeah, that one, I don't know the name of this one. Let's see. Iridescent, it's iridescent. Yes.
Uh-huh.
But what you use with this is you can put down the glue. I have the glue stick too, which adhesive, which I don't care for the glue stick. I think it's very faultily made. So I have the adhesive pen. So you put down your design or whatever, and then you lay your thing on here, put it in a sheet of paper and put it through your laminator. Not for the heat, but for the pressing. So you may be able to do it through a Sizzix machine too, a Big Shot. And it leaves the gold foil down. I don't think that's the same as a mirror print. Or mirror piece, card, whatever you were talking about. Anyway, I haven't played with that in a while. Yeah, Fran was right. It's more like what you said.
Huh? What?
The mirror card.
Okay. I just know it's more highly reflective than you'll get with, say, you wanted a piece of silver card. That wouldn't be anything like as reflective as mirror card would be, because it really does look like highly polished mirror.
And it comes in sheets. I'm looking it up. What is a mirror card? It's a thin card with a shiny surface on one side. It works similarly to Tetra Pak printing, but is available in flat A4 sheets.
Uh-huh.
Mirror card on Amazon. You can get it in different colors.
Ah.
Well, I'll be
I thought
darned.
it just came in shiny silvery.
So it's metallic paper.
Yeah. Or card.
Okie dokie. Learn something new every day.
With any luck. I do like learning
So
new
should
things.
I put that on my list of gotta have it?
Depends on whether you want any.
You mean that matters?
Yeah. Definitely. That's looking quite good. Looking quite good.
Well, I haven't done it in a while, Laura. I haven't used that in a while. So, and like I said, that adhesive pen that came with it, it was not, it just didn't work as well. Or it was operator error. I don't know. Let's see if I can do something. Oh, I was gonna say I'll get my die cut machine and see if that'll work, but I took it downstairs, so never mind. Is it drying or is it just kind of sitting there?
Well, it'll probably sit there for a while because, like, after all, it's acrylic. It's not open, but it shouldn't take too long to dry.
You
But
know, like I said, Laura, it may
I think it's on that
work. The
fast.
pen may work, but I wanted it to. It's hard to explain. I wanted it to be more like a fine tip pen. I don't know if I can open this. You see the tip of the pen, the glue
It's
pen.
probably better in broader areas then if it's not fine enough.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you know how you have a Posca pen, and if you push too much, the paint comes out too fast initially and you get a
Yeah.
big. Well, that's how this glue came out to me. It kind of works like on that theory, and the glue came out globbery. I mean, and I
Yeah.
shook it. I did whatever they said to do, but I think it's a, um, oh, words are hard, but it just didn't, wasn't worth the mess. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it does sound messy the way you're
Yeah.
describing it.
Wasn't worth the mess. And so I did use it on a small journal that I made, um, which is upstairs. Paula's putting on her jammies. She's been running around watching you naked. And then she's jumping
Ooh,
in bed with tea. I don't know if she was naked or
we
not,
get a
but
photo?
Fran,
What? What?
you want a photo with her in her jammies?
Not really. Oh, it depends on how pretty her jammies are. You got
they're
pretty
they're
jammies?
beautiful.
Well, you see me and my movable blanket.
So Paula says she has the stuff that kids use. It's sticky back and you can put it on the walls. So I'm thinking this is like this mirror stuff again, back to that. And it makes us all look like fairground people, circus people. I know what you mean, but it doesn't even accept stays on. So nothing adheres to it is what
Oh,
you're saying. Nothing that you know of.
that's not. It just seems to have a somewhat limited range of uses. Then, if that's the case.
I would say be a mad scientist and sacrifice a sheet of it and try different techniques.
Yeah, if you've got some, do it. I don't think I've got
Funhouse
any.
mirrors, yes, Lisa.
Too goobery.
She's wearing Marks and Spencer sensible cotton, nothing exciting,
Oh,
which is good.
not even.
We wouldn't want Fran to get any more excited than she already is.
Yeah, we don't want to start any more coughs. I've got enough of them.
You're painting under the Mad Frankie name again.
Sorry,
You keep wandering, or we do.
I keep going round a corner. I'm nearly done anyway. I don't want to do too much. This is enough, I think.
You're kind of
I
in a
just want.
Zen moment, aren't you?
It's nice and peaceful in here.
Yeah. Ian needs to come in with a dish of ice cream and tease you.
Uh, he knows better than to do things like that.
Is tomorrow the day then, for sure?
Tomorrow is the day. Well, I haven't had any notice saying they're not coming, so
And the day is already over for that part.
just
So
about.
so set your alarm, woman.
I've done that already.
All right.
I'm prepared. I was a brownie. I was. I was also a good guide. We went camping when I was a brownie, and I made stew in a barn, and everybody had to eat it. It would have been lovely, except for one thing, because it was made in a barn, because it was raining cats and dogs outside. We couldn't go outside. In the barn, little black bits came off the ceiling into the stew, and they had to eat it.
Ew.
I thought, why is my stew of funny speckled nature? And that was why. That's terrible, isn't it? I'd forgotten all about that. I don't know why that popped in my head suddenly.
Lara says she has pink jammies with black hearts. Maybe you would prefer that, Fran.
Pink with, well, pink is always better with black, but I'm not keen on pink.
Mhm.
I'm not a pink person. Not unless you're really being mean to the pink.
Well, you've calmed down on the pink a bit. Even
A
Mariah
bit, but
mentioned that you're a little more accepting of pink in small doses.
rarely, not often. Yeah.
Lisa says, "Ooh, ick." Lisa says, "Off the ceiling." You have to keep up here. There's multiple conversations, by the way, Fran.
Good.
Uh,
Yes.
Lisa says regarding your stew, peppercorns or mice droppings?
I doubt that there was much peppercorns in the roof of the barn. I
Ew.
think paint coming off the inside of the barn myself because it was in little flaky bits.
Julie says, and I disagree, but you'll correct me if I'm wrong. If you spray a sealing on the mold, the thing there first before the ink sprays, it might come out brighter.
Might.
The
Yes.
thing
I
is
shall
is
try
that
that.
it has a sealant because it's plasticine, right?
Plastic, because it's acrylic based, isn't it?
Right. So that's sort of a seal in itself, which is why you're tinting it or coloring it and it's not really absorbing anything, is it?
No,
It's
it's not absorbing anything. So I'm having to do this quite thickly so
yeah.
that there's a chance that it will dry and retain the colour
Does that make
and not
sense,
shrink
Julie?
away.
It's like painting a yeah,
But
my
colour?
concern is that because it is a plastic, what will adhere? What will stay? What will adhere?
Yeah, good question. Don't know. Well, we'll find out when it's dry because I'll have to put this aside to dry now. Can't really hurry it with some. You imagine putting a heat gun on it, it'd just end up a pool.
I thought of that.
Yeah, don't fancy a pool. Not just now. I want to put some in here because I don't feel as if there's enough darkness in here. That's better.
I do like the mold though. I mean, I do like that piece.
Yes, I do. I
Hmm.
think it's called astrology. I'm not sure. It's a long time since I made it.
The wheel and then the scroll work around it. I really like that. Hmm.
Yeah, because it's sort of almost clocky here, but then there's sun and moon symbols inside, so
Hmm.
it's more sort of astrology.
Yeah, Laura, it has a it's not light it may not be the light and fluffy. Julie, she thinks it may be she used cream paste.
Yeah, because that's the stuff that came that I bought to go with these molds because it was made
Stamperia.
by the same people for that purpose. Yes,
Yeah,
Stamperia.
it is a gorgeous piece. That's what Laura said, and I agree.
Well, that's worth bothering with, isn't it?
Yeah. You went over under the Mad Frankie name again. You're just determined to go over there. It would be easier to
I'm
move the
sorry.
camera.
No, it wouldn't because it would hit my head then.
Yes, it would.
I think I'm about done. I'm sort of going over and over areas where I see bits where it shrunk away.
Yeah, you should let it dry and then see if you need to do any touch up.
Yeah, I think that's going to be enough. Just want the whole of this range around here to have colour in it, dark colour.
It looks like a time travel door.
Does a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, exciting. I think these pieces are where the spray wasn't properly soaked up, so it's still quite damp. I keep trying to add more paint to it, and it just seems to insist on being lighter. But that's about it, isn't it? There we go. I'm finished now. There we are.
Stargate.
Done.
That's what came to mind, Lisa. That's
Stargate.
exactly
Yes,
it.
exactly.
That
Yeah.
was a good
Oh,
show.
it's that edge.
You read my mind.
I got this side as well.
And now I've got that thing in my head that my husband always says, which I
What's
can
that?
never remember the exact words, but I know the concept. It's heebie jeebie, time for this one to go home. I never remember the words. It rhymes. Twizzle twazzle something or other, he says. Twizzle
Yeah.
twazzle tweedledum or something, I don't know.
I keep going back. Stop. Stop. Right.
Hmm.
Where's my pot of water? I can
I
rinse me.
think Julie, it's kind of zenny because um you'll get in the mood as you do it, I think, unless you're without any patience, just to sit there and
Well, I was trying
mindlessly.
to do that with the spray, wasn't I? And the patience went because it
Hmm.
wasn't.
Well, she says I need to get in the mood for this kind of fussy, intricate work, and I think that if you were doing it like this with just the paint by hand, if you sat down to do it, you would find yourself falling into a zen moment, which is not a bad place to be.
No. Well, there we are. We've done that.
I agree, Laura.
Next thing for that is to cut the background, but I'm not going to do that till it's dry because I'm not daft.
So will you leave that paint down there and just cover it? Oh, you're gonna wipe it up. I see. Oh, you could have left it. It was just
Well,
cool.
well, well, paint. Too late. Done
Too
it
late.
now. Too late. Because it's meant to be a brown selection, not a different colours one.
Okay.
So I did it on the silicon mat in the hopes that I might be able to get it up again without too much bother and still have a mat to use another time.
Okay, Paula says, okay, she's back in bed with her tea. Fran will find this amusing. She just rubbed Vic on her chest. Who's Vic and why is he on your chest?
I was just thinking the other day, I wish I had some Carvel capsules. You remember those, Paula? You can't get them anymore. Vic. Who's
Oh,
Vic?
Laura.
It's Vaseline with menthol in it, really.
That I know what it is. My mom used to put it on my chest.
Yeah.
And your chest, the bottom of your feet, and a dab under your nose.
On the pillow.
And if she put it on your chest, she would wrap with flannel or put a flannel cloth over it because flannel helped to hold it. And when I put castor oil on my hands for the pain, the flannel is the best. I have to go find some now that we've talked about it. I've been using a cotton pad, but I think the flannel might be better.
There you go. So that's that. So just let that dry.
Lisa, I
We'll
hope
do
the injection helped. I think it's Evie that has had the injections in her knees because, or no, she got ablation because they can't do the surgery. That's beautiful.
certainly better than it was when it's pale. Anyway,
Yeah,
so we've got that.
somewhere in there you could put a dollop of magenta or something. I can almost see it in my mind's eye.
Well,
And
I want to leave that to dry first before I do anything else with it.
yeah,
We'll wait for that to happen and
looks
we'll put it
beautiful.
somewhere to do that. Let me take it away.
So if you guys back up to about halfway or less than halfway into the stream, you could see it before she even did anything to it.
Yep. So now we are back to this.
That's how my
So
husband was, Lisa, and he's got two new knees now. One is a custom fit new knee, and the other one is an off the shelf. I love that piece right there. I always have it. Always makes me think of the swirly thingy.
yeah, I like that too. That's why I went for it.
Ghost go swirling around.
It needs to be higher, I think. So what else shall we do? What else shall we do? I can do something with, oops,
Ow.
something with this. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, nice.
I think it needs cutting out.
I
That'd be
think
better.
that would be great on the spine and then the film strip over top of that. Am I overthinking it? Put that down and then put the film strip over top of that? Ooh,
Film strip. What do I do with the film strip? The film
where'd the
strip?
film
Where are you?
strip
Film
go?
strip.
It's on that pile of paper.
Yeah.
You've never heard of that, Paula? Most knees replacements are off the shelf. What do you think, Fran? I think that's beautiful. I think that's a great contrast.
That's too big.
That's, yeah. His one knee was so bad that they had to scrape so much off that it just couldn't do a custom fit. They had to do off the shelf, which is a standard replacement knee. So there's small, very small, medium, large, all of that, blah, blah, blah. The other knee was in a little, I like that.
I think that's better.
Yeah. See the contrast though? Your design behind and then that film strip in front, that really pops.
But it will only be that, on the, because I'll have to cut all that off straight. I think just what you could do is stick that on there and then just cut that to fit it. Or do you think there should be a little edge?
What do you think? Well, I was just thinking if it's for the spine, you want it to match the spine size. If you could.
No, I mean leave an edge of the purple here or put this right to the edge. I think you want to leave an edge of the purple to have the contrast.
There you go.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
So
if you cut it right now and cut away the white, that's distracting to visualize it. So
yeah, okay.
that's distracting. So I'm kind of not seeing it. Yeah, yeah. They're saying with that extra purple edge.
Yeah, I think so.
with
But I'm
that
going to
extra
cut this
frame
first
down,
on the big doodah.
paper cutter. It's a paper cutter.
What did I do with the big doodah? Did I put the big doodah over there? Oopsie.
She's asking me,
And
like I know.
right in front of me. It's done it again. It's right in front
Right
of me.
in front of you.
Yep, always the way. Big doodah. Get that off. I don't need that one at the moment. I hardly ever use that. Thing is, that's much smaller at that end than it is at this
I
end.
know. So I don't
Straight.
know. Yeah. We'll just go straight for now. It'll give you at least a clue.
I think it's still going to work,
It is a little crooked at that end, isn't it?
but I can cut a bit more off to keep it flat.
Yeah. Don't cut the film strip.
No.
Are you gonna get rain, Julie? We've got rain coming here tonight.
Can always use that as an edge on my own.
Oh yeah. What do you think? Maybe straighten that one out?
Yeah, I think so.
Just a little bit off that one end. Oh, JL mentioned the other day about the scorer attachment for the Fiskars. I still have to go look for that. There.
Like I've just managed to shave the minutest amount off that I could get away with, and it will still work.
Laura's in Wales, and she says it's very cold and windy, which means it's headed towards Fran if it isn't already there.
Yeah, it's already here.
Ah.
My aunt used to ring me up and say, "I'm sending you some rain."
Mm-hmm.
Right, I think I'll stick that down then. I like that. So that's something to.
Well,
get
I just thought
stuck
it would be a nice little extra piece to go with the stent with the thing you were just working on, that thing.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
So just add a little bit more, not too much, but a little bit more embellishment. And it's actually on the spine, so it won't be right in your face.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are you looking for? Your
I'm
glue?
just trying to find me glue. Yeah, there, no, wrong glue. Don't want that glue. Want
Look
the
right
other
in
glue.
front of you.
I'm looking.
Yeah, it's not there. Not there this
No,
time.
not this time.
I don't remember you having it out for a while, so wherever it
No.
is.
Okay, so
You had it out Monday. Or
yeah.
yeah, Monday you did use it.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I can see it on my right. This one.
Yes, we do, Lisa. It's not 100% reliable, but we have used it.
What?
She asked if we use the Merlin app for bird sounds,
Oh.
and we do. We just had a yard full of juncos the other day, which they're a winter bird, so they've migrated from up north to here.
What's a junco?
It's a bird.
Well, I figured out when you said it was a bird that it was probably a bird, but what is it?
Well, it's a little bird like the size of a sparrow, but it's black and white, and it's considered a winter bird. So when we see them in the spring, we know they're going up north towards Canada and whatnot. And when we see them now, they're heading down south to the warmer weather. Not
Uh-huh.
they don't, I used to they were common in Illinois when I lived there, so that's only a state away. Um, so to see them in here, some of them stay here in Wisconsin, some don't. And if I don't see a lot, I tend to think there's going to be a lot of snow.
Oh.
I agree, Julie. I love that swirly page too. That's from her yeah, words are hard.
That's an embossing folder.
Thank you. Right now we have cardinals. I have video of a hawk, a juvie hawk that's come into the yard. So cardinals. We've had sand cranes walk through the yard. Um, house sparrows, house finches, purple finches. Um,
Purple finches. Wow, you got a lot of colourful birds. You know.
um, wild canaries or goldfinch, depending on what you want to call them. Juncos and blue jays. We've had blue jays, crows, ravens. What else? That's just in my back garden area, backyard. Um, and obviously, we have a multitude of squirrels and rabbits, wild rabbits out there. The squirrels have been nuts lately. Lisa says your strip looks like a stairway to heaven.
Hmm.
The front is is the swirly side the front?
Huh?
The cover there.
That's the good question.
Yeah, Lisa asked that. I mean, not Lisa,
See,
Julie. Julie asked that.
right, this piece.
So the swirly side is the back?
This is the front. That's the back. Yeah,
Well, bummer.
they're both swirly, but in different ways.
Mm-hmm. I know, right, Julie? Because I'd do it the other way. But when I do mine, that's how I'm going to do it.
What other way? What?
Wait, remind us again how you got such a large sheet embossed with that swirly pattern.
Well, I did one there, and then I moved it down there. Look carefully, you can see the break.
No, that looks. Oh, I do see the break. I do see it.
But you've got to look for it, haven't you? So it works quite well.
So it's embossed before or after the paint?
Oh, before.
Before the paint.
Yeah. I
If you,
tried doing it the other way around, but it cracks things too much.
I was going to say it would break the paint, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I do see a line across. Just on the back cover, I see the line where you
And
had.
yeah.
Yep, exactly. Do you see it, Julie? She's a little off camera, but you can down at the bottom you can see the line, so it's two sheets.
I'm sorry I'm off camera. I'm just going to glue this on first before
That's
I
all
do
right.
anything.
It's all right. I like that.
Lovely. There we go.
Good job.
That's not bad, is it? That's quite
It's
good.
not.
Thanks for that.
You're
That
welcome.
worked out nice. Yeah. Lovely. Yeah, so these are the sort of colours I was thinking of. The greens and blues and the purples.
So now when you put the cream paste mold on there, it
Yeah.
won't be the only thing that's different. Now you have the spine that kind of goes with that better.
There'll be more. There'll be more. That's what I was looking at.
Right, right. There's a
Like
piece.
this.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I could do that. But I'm not sure it fits. I'm thinking about the other pieces.
Underpaint. Oh, Lisa, do you have a video on that you've done it?
I must do some more die cutting.
Or tell me who did it and I can go look? Jumelbird. Jumelbird? Junko is what I was talking about. I don't know where you went, Paula. I was talking about a Junko, Junco.
I think I'm going to cut that there because it's going to break anyway.
AB Crafts. AB Crafts.
So you could do that.
AB Crafts. So I find two.
Stick it around for that.
And I'm thinking that it's the first one. I'm going to look at that one. And I'll have to come back and look at it.
I think I'll just glue these on. I think I like these enough to just glue them on.
The other score line, Patricia wants to know what is the other score line for. That's just a happy accident.
Well, it's an accident.
Yeah.
It was where the box of tissues, I made it out box of tissues, and it's where the box of tissues was bent.
So this piece of
So there would
cardboard.
be an oval this side, and I threw that bit away because I didn't want it.
Yeah.
I just need to stabilize this to stop it from being a bend. So
Does that
something
make
like
sense?
that and that could help. Yeah.
Patricia, what she's saying is the substrate that she's working with is a tissue box that she's cut to work with. And the where you see the score lines are the natural score lines from the tissue box. So she needs to, the one you're seeing on the top there. So the one you're seeing on the top needs to be reinforced because she doesn't want it there. So she'll put something over top.
It's either a tissue box or, I don't know,
Cracker
maybe it was
box, who knows?
no, we don't have crackers here. It might
Well,
have been a cornflakes box, cereal box, or any other bit of cardboard. But I think it was a tissue box. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think it was a tissue box.
yes, that's what I said, Paula. It's the size of a sparrow. Yeah. But they're
So if
pretty
I
little
stick that
sparrows
on,
and they're winter type birds. So when I see them, winter is coming. Beware, Jon Snow,
see, I can
winter's
stick those
coming.
on. Shall I stick those on, do you think?
Do you want to paint them any different color or add anything more to them?
I put a bit more blue on there, but I think I'm pretty happy with it as it is. Just trimming off the brown bit off,
Interesting, Laura.
so I don't have the brown bit on. So that would help stiffen it there and there.
Yep.
And then when I put the piece on there as well, it's going to help because that's going to have cardboard backing. I don't think I can do much more with the front until I'm sure what's going to happen.
You still have to cut up something to go behind your mold.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only, yeah.
Yep. That's easy enough. I'll just put the mold down on a bit of card and draw around it. And then I can just colour that, the edges of it, to meld in with the things. I'll probably colour it in those two colours. This one, the Amsterdam, and the indigo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in case a little bit of it shows, because I don't mind it being a little bit wider than it. Only a little bit, though.
Yeah.
But what I'm wondering is, should I cut this here and use the other piece on the other corners? You know?
Well, for symmetry, take the other piece and put it down at the opposite corner. And that's as much as I would put on there.
Right? That's not
almost like it's a bit of scroll work, you know? Follow the with the fat end, you're off camera, but with the fat end at the bottom, not the side. Does that make sense? You're off camera, so it's hard for me to. All right, turn it.
Turn it where?
Yeah, turn it. Okay, now, yeah. If you do it I want the bigger end at the end, not on the middle. No. Basically, you have to turn it over, which you don't want to do. Flip it. That's how I want it to look.
I'm thinking
either cut
it there and use that piece there and this piece there, separating the two, and ditto with these, or even put this piece here and this piece there, so then I've got more of symmetry.
Right. And I was looking at just two, not each corner, but that's your call. I was just looking at two at opposite corners, not all four corners. Because you've got so much going on with that middle piece. So it's your call how much you want on there.
Well, I wanted to put them, if it wasn't been for this bend, I would have put them there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But because of the bend, I've got to put something there.
Okay, then I would suggest, if you cut that off, you have to still leave so much of it.
Huh? What do you mean?
Okay. See, okay, like it is right now. Leave it like it is right now. And see the part that's towards the middle? Yes. Can you cut that to level it off? Just cut that peak off.
That's what I'd have to, yeah. Oh,
Just
like
that.
that, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you don't have to be straight. You could be rigidy. I don't care. But cut that peak off. That peak is distracting. The same
yeah.
at the top. Cut the peak off.
Yeah. Well, I was going to cut both peaks off like that.
You got to leave enough to leave that spine strong.
Yeah. Well, it's going right over it,
Okay. Yeah, but
and
see,
it
you
leaves
got to,
this mark here, and
yeah.
then I could use this one up there, like that. Say,
Okay.
I'm thinking, but I mean, I can cut these again and do them again.
Right. I'm not a fan of putting doing all
No.
four
Yeah.
corners. Um,
Yep.
but then again, that I'm trying to
It
picture it
gives
with
it.
with
Would also give it more sturdiness here.
yeah, stability. Yeah.
Give it more sturdiness there. I mean, I've got another piece there,
Oh,
but
I
I've got.
like that.
You like that?
Pshaw, of course I like that.
Hmm.
I like that. Now,
But without that.
no, with that, just
Hmm.
as if you wanted to leave it just as is, or if you wanted to scrappy up that triangle piece, that if you want to just kind of cut it cockeyed to kind of so it's not so deliberate, you know what I'm saying?
So it's like that.
Well, anyway, look at the piece on the side under your hand. Look at the way you've cut that edge.
Yeah.
No, not that edge, the inside
This one.
edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's just because of what I was cutting there.
But it's so random, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hmm. I like it.
So if you cut the triangle piece kind of random, blip, 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 just hither and yon, instead of just, you
Yeah.
know,
I see. Yeah.
give it a generic look. And the same with the one at the top. And then you've got three pieces, and I think that's enough. You put that middle piece in there, if you could envision it with that middle piece in there. There you go. Look at that.
You like that better?
I do. And do the same with the one at the top. Just get scrappy cutting. Just don't get deliberate.
I think I'd rather cut another one like that with the things cut out of it than have the plain one up there.
Okay, that sounds
That's
good to
what
me
I'd rather
too.
do. Yeah. I think so. I think it's find that die. It's one of the big dies because it's cutting board, so that I can then cut more bits. I think this was possibly either a hinge piece,
Something, yeah.
decorative hinge, or it was part of a lock escutcheon, I think.
You like that? Does everybody like that so far? I do. I like that triangle piece cut off and kind of random, kind of generic cutting,
I was
fussy
going to
cutting.
cut more, but I like it as it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I like, no, no, no. I like that. Leave
Yeah.
it be. And if you put a matching piece up at the top, I don't think you need anything more. I think that third corner can be left alone.
Yeah.
Doesn't P say threes? Odd numbers? No, no, nope,
No.
nope.
I was just wondering. Yeah.
I know. Nope. I think exactly what you said. Take the piece down below and match it and put it up at the top. Nope.
No.
Nope.
So I'll get some more dictionary page, stick it on some board, and do another one of them. Yeah.
Yep. It needs the piece down at the bottom left to do another one like that, but flip it and put it at the top. I think put it up at
That
the
way. Right.
yeah, put it up at the top now. So I think if that's painted colored the way you want, I think that's
Yeah.
more than enough. And then add your background from the emblem and then the
Yeah.
emblem or whatever you want to call it. And I think you've got a beautiful cover.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's got more to it than the grunge one. It's more. It's got curves and things to it, which is
Yeah.
exactly what I was hoping for with this.
Yeah, see, that's what I said, Lisa. That corner, that third corner up there with the green on it, it pops all by itself. It doesn't need anything to
Oh, I
cover
see
it.
what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the embellishment alone right there. It doesn't need anything else to cover it. Paula doesn't remember what's going on in the middle. So can you bring that over and put it in there?
I can very carefully
Very carefully because it's still wet, Paula.
try it.
So hold the phone, Paula. There you go. So this isn't all. There's going to be a piece behind that that may or
Card.
may not show through. We haven't decided yet for
Mhm.
stability because this is a very floppy piece in the end.
So-
But that's what you're going to see. And Fran's not even sure she's done painting it yet. So there's that.
Well, I quite like what it's looking like now, but
So do
yeah,
I.
I'll go over the ridges with something. But yeah, I'm not sure if I finished painting.
Bring that top piece down and turn it over as it should be and put it down at the bottom so they could what do y'all think? It would be too much, right? If she put another piece at the top, like she just had, and left that third corner alone, that's more than enough. That's more than it. What do you think? I like it. And
I
then you add,
actually quite like it, just like that, only with the stuff on it. I
see,
just like those two on their own.
see, that's how
Yeah,
I started. I said just opposite corners, didn't I?
yeah, yeah. I
So
quite
you've
like
got that
that.
one there. All you have to do is paint it or cut a new one with the book pages. I think it's
Yeah,
beautiful,
yep. Well, all I need to do is either cut another one or put the book page over the top.
right?
I'll cut another one. That's what I think.
And then you add that spine to it. The spine really adds to it.
It does, doesn't it? Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice. So then all we got to start thinking. I think I'll put this on now. Now I've got it here.
Maybe, Paula. I think that that's what we were going with because she wanted it there, but now that you see it, it's like the
I'm
just the two
flexible. And
opposite corners could be just enough,
yeah,
you
that's
know.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it. You don't want to go too far, do you?
Well, here's the thing that you're
I was
missing.
thinking put four on, one, two, three, four, because then I've got two stabilizers and two decorative pieces. But like you say, it gets it a bit too crowded.
But if you put that bottom left piece down and just do the three corners, it is also a stabilizer. So I
Yeah,
think when you do the two corners, you'll decide, do you want to put that third one in?
yeah,
You'll move the cover when you get to that point where you can move the cover and feel how stable it is, then you'll go, maybe just that one more piece. So the
yeah,
option is there.
exactly. Yeah,
It's a Stargate. That's what Lisa's calling. It's a Stargate. Yeah.
I like the Stargate.
It's more like I know you're gonna laugh at me because it's in my head. I'm stuck on witches and whatnot, but instead of a Stargate, it's coming along more like a grimoire.
Yeah, that's what I like the idea of very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All you got to do is put an eyeball in the middle.
Ooh. And there were new stencils shown yesterday that you could turn into eyeballs. Ooh.
Well, I've got an eyeball somewhere already done in clay. I wonder where it is.
I know you do.
Hmm. Anyway, that's enough for now. It's 9 o'clock, so I think
There
it's
we
enough
go.
for now.
There we
I
go.
need to cut this out. It's almost dry. It's not quite dry because I bet if I put my finger on that, yeah, I get some colour off it. So it's not quite dry. It's drier, but that's about it. So I reckon that's enough for now.
Yay.
Got quite a bit done, and I didn't cough too much.
No, you didn't. You didn't use a lot of sprays either.
Well, I used some, didn't
You
I?
some. I like that piece. I don't know where you're going to put it. Inside, maybe, but I like it.
The back,
I think
maybe. I don't
inside.
know.
I think inside cover is a good idea
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well,
Yeah, we like having you guys here talking to us. The more I talk, the less she talks, the less she coughs. How's that?
true. Very true. Yes. Keep talking.
Excuse me. Make us bigger, Fran.
Make it bigger.
Yeah,
Put
StreamYard
that
went. I came
up.
back and StreamYard went. There you go.
There we are. We're bigger.
We're bigger.
Right. Well, that's enough for now, isn't it? And I do like this one. This is nice. I've got the same problem with that. You see, I've got the same bends there.
I see it.
So perhaps I need to do something similar. Perhaps doing some more of these is a good idea.
Not a bad idea.
And maybe I can do some in purple. I don't know. Anyway, I'll do some more.
Friends therapy. So glad we could be there with you, Lisa. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here, for talking to me and sharing. Mm-hmm.
The dog now wants me to pay attention to him, so I guess we better end the stream.
Before we do, Laura was
Yes.
talking about using a glue gun, and I'm not going to repeat it all, but she was talking about it, and I'm going to throw out, Laura, make a video. There's a link, everyone, to Laura's channel. If you haven't been over there, please go over there and give her a like and sub her. And watch out, she might do a video on that glue gun technique she's been talking about. So there.
Oh yeah. I don't know what this glue gun technique is, but it sounds intriguing.
Julie, we're always glad when you're here. Not going off to work. I like it when you show up. Then it means you're not off to work. There you go. Have a good week, everyone. The rest of the week.
Here we go. I'm going to press the little button.
Bye-bye.
Press the button. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.